Turn it up, clocking out, driving home, or just turning on. We got the remedy for the daily grind, Monday through Friday. 3:30 to 5:30 EST. Get ready for the shift. It's the Taz effect. It's the Taz effect. Changing up your view, bringing news, history, and commentary to you. 2 hours of power, 5 days a week. It's the real talk and the truth that you seek. Yeah. Tune your dial, clear your head. Listen up to what's being said. Yeah. Hey. Kick it off on Mutual Aid Monday. We're giving back. Helping the community, you're staying on track. And Tuesday rolls around and the studio gets blessed. It's Talk About It Tuesday with the smoking hot mess. From the middle of the week, we're leveling up your brain. Wisdom Wednesday is here to break the mundane. Surprising guests who enhance the whole world. Watch the knowledge and the stories get unfurled. It's the Taz effect, changing up your view. Bringing news, history, and commentary to you. 2 hours of power, 5 days a week. It's the real talk and the truth that you see. Now Thursday hits and the lines open wide. Hey. No placeholders here, nowhere to hide. Think about it Thursday, yeah, the mic is all yours. Call in, chat live, let's open up the door. And just like that, the weekend's inside. We're wrapping up the weekend, we're doing it right. Fun News Friday is the ultimate news party. Coasting you into the weekend, feeling good and hearty. 3:30 to 5:30, make it your daily check. Lock it in, turn it up. You just...
Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me here for the Taz Effect Daily News in a way you did not know you could use. For those listening in over the radio airwaves at GCPR.live or through our Android or iOS apps, thank you for tuning in. And for those listening and watching from all around the social media sphere, hey, how you doing? So glad you could stop through us bopping. It is with a sad and somber heart. If you have not heard, I bring you the news that unfortunately Dolly Parton has passed at the age of 80. She was going through some health complications recently. If you remember, late last year and earlier this year, she came onto social media to give us an update after her younger sister kind of rattled us a bit to say that, she was working on her health in the hopes that she would be able to tour. With that being said, the president, Doofendump, said on social media that he was ordering flags lowered to honor the life of Dolly Parton. He said on Truth Social, and I quote, "Very sad to report that Dolly Parton, one of the greatest country singers and far beyond ever, has just passed away. In her honor, I am lowering the American flag throughout the United States for a 1-week period beginning tonight at 6 p.m. He then called her death a true loss for millions of people. There has never been anyone like her and never will. Rest in peace, Dolly," was his conclusion, along with "The world loves you." I'm on the same side as Trump on this. Yeah. But also, let us not forget that her dearly beloved husband passed away last year. Her nephew and head of security did issue an official statement in accordance to Dolly's own wishes that is posted to my TikTok account at TazJX, as well as a full memorial package on YouTube at TazJ77. But keep in mind, she did have a very, very robust life. She passed away at 80 years old. And let's not forget, this woman, yes, prolific songwriter, amazing artist, amazing musician, but above all, she was a die-hard philanthropist. She did the good work. And for the good Christians out there, I want you to realize she did the good work and was called home. At some point, we have to let people rest. I know it's hard for us and we seemingly keep getting things back to back to back. But honey, we ain't spring chickens. So those that we have looked up to since our childhood, baby, they ain't been spring chickens since we were 10. Okay? Okay. And given all of the chaos that we deal with because of, so we must keep that in mind. Now, also today, before we move on, I do want to say this. Let us never forget that Dolly Parton is one of the very few people who respected Black women to a point of equity and equality. You weren't going to be able to cover a Dolly track unless she knew that you could do it justice, that you could potentially make it your own. She recognized the truth in so many people. So if you are saddened by her passing, honor her by picking up that legacy and adopting it to yourself. See people for who they are. Honor people and respect people as they are. I said what I said. It's not about being supportive to others. She was specifically in regards to Black women. I said what I said. Like, here's the thing. That is the biggest thing that I wish that y'all would take from the lives of Dolly Parton. One, if you really want to view people as human, regardless of what they bring home in the bank, treat them with the respect that they have proven that they earned. And two, it is okay. It is okay to let a Black woman have some flowers. It is okay. Y'all can stop trying to all lives matter everything. Because just like we're sitting here talking about Dolly Parton, how would you feel if somebody walked in right now and goes, well, Taylor Swift and Aretha Franklin and J-Lo and Jay Hudson and everybody else, like, damn it. Damn it. If everybody was so equal in her eyes, please explain to me why there's only been two people who have been rightfully able to cover her songs, and both of those women were Black. Like, y'all are so afraid of acknowledging the existence of Black women. You are so afraid of letting us just sit there. Dolly Parton saw it. Dolly Parton left an example of, hey, if you look at these women as the women that they are, we can make greatness together. And here you go, well, she was supportive of everybody. Go to a breast cancer rally and tell them how lung cancer needs money, how kidney cancer needs money, how colon cancer needs money, because that's how ridiculous y'all sound. You claim that you you claim that you love these people, that you're fans of these people, but your rhetoric and your action shows that you didn't pay attention to them. You loved being entertained by them, but you didn't even learn anything from the art that they put out there, because every piece of art is commentary on the world and the slice of the world that they get to see. If you are saddened by Dolly Parton passing, ask yourself right now, what would Dolly do? Now, also today, Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins defends Trump's tariff policy towards Canada amid escalating trade war. Agriculture Secretary Brooke Rollins defended Trump's tariff policy today towards Canada, arguing that the tariffs are meant to benefit U.S. dairy farmers who have been treated unfairly. I want y'all to tell me again how you will not protect whiteness over all things. Because diminish? Why diminish your ability for gainful employment in the future by riding with Trump? Now, keep in mind, today also, Canada was like, you know what? We've got some retaliatory tariffs on the dairies coming forth. I need y'all to realize the United States is now not self-sustaining. We are not. Okay? We're not smart enough. And in accordance to the climates, plural, of the United States, we cannot produce everything that we need to use, that we want to use. Okay? But we can't keep pissing people off. And y'all can't keep sitting back letting it. Y'all got 101 excuses why you can't stand up and get proper representation. But y'all on here every day busting your chest wide open. Okay? Talking about how you match energy. Don't nobody want to mess with you. You from Baltimore. You from New York. You from Chicago. You from all these places. But you can't ring. Y'all will be quicker to cuss somebody out because they commented under your video or your picture that they didn't like your outfit. Now you done found out where they live, where they work, who their kids are, who their mama's third grade best friend was. But you can't send a quick message to your representation saying to fix things. Y'all must like being broke. Y'all must like not having McDonald's money or having McDonald's at home. Okay? Y'all must like it. I don't know about you. I don't like it. It's not comfortable. Okay. I don't need my budget to be on a budget. All right. I just ghetto. I don't, like y'all just sitting back watching us turn into a bigger shithole country than what we started off as. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, Nathan, I'm tired. I'm tired too. But folks sit here and got 51,000 excuses why they can't do nothing. You can't sign a petition. Oh, okay. You can't sign a petition. But I bet you if there was some good gossip, you wouldn't miss not a lick of it. Not a taint of it. You wouldn't miss not one bit of it. You don't know who you voted for state representation or federal representation. But I bet you could break down the latest drama. I bet you still remember all the details of Womblands. You probably still got the soundtrack on rotation. But you mad at these kids because they can't read. No stuff. You and the kid only know lyrics to the latest songs. And real quick before we move on, because I'm really tired of seeing this conversation circle around social media every school year and every summer. No, we don't need more classes. We don't need to bring home ec in, and teachers don't need to teach. Y'all have to raise these kids. You bust down and did oochie coochie wally wally to have these kids. You made the decision. You need to teach them how to do to balance a checkbook. And if you go, I can't teach them what I don't know. Why don't you learn? Because these are skills you need to learn how to do. If your children don't know how to properly read a lease or a basic contract, why haven't you taught them? You cannot keep putting everything on teachers, especially since you don't want teachers to do certain stuff or say certain stuff a certain way to your kids anyway. We are not au pairs. We are not au pairs. Y'all got to teach these kids stuff. All of this, oh, we need to bring this back to school. No, you have to realize these things were in schools because you didn't have parents parenting. Y'all keep going back to yesteryear, forgetting that these parents were not parenting. They had billboards, commercials, everything reminding them that they chose to have children. Y'all were arguing and getting mad, talking about grandparents aren't the way they used to be. No stuff, because grandparents realize if I raise my kids, when they leave my house, I finally get to take a deep breath, exhale, and enjoy the fruits of my labor. See, before, parents wasn't raising kids. They was dropping them off at grandma and granddaddy house, and they was raising them. And grandparents were like, oh, this is my second chance. I can finally get it right. I need y'all to realize you all are looking back and with rose-colored glasses on to a time where adults were not adulting. We were latchkey kids for a reason. You was driving your alcoholic parents to and from the bar for a reason. You had to have shop class and home ec because your parents couldn't teach you how to do nothing because they wasn't never home. We got to a point where now you can do that. So stop. You got to raise the kids. Y'all want to take credit for everything that these kids do well, but you don't want to raise them because if they turn out bad, you don't want to take accountability for it. Cool, I get it. As a parent myself, if you don't want to do that, here's a suggestion. Don't have kids. Okay? All right. Now remember, Hakeem Jeffries. I don't know why y'all keep expecting more out of Hakeem Jeffries. But the beige brigadier is at it again. He said, and I quote, no one from the Trump cartel is getting a pass. He loves a good, he loves these moments, okay? He loves these moments where he's like, oh, I can get him a good little sound bite. Oh, the clip farms, they gonna love me. But that's all he's going to do. I don't know when y'all gonna get it through your head. He's not the great beige hope. All right, what do you think? Oh, because Nancy Pelosi took him under her wing. I want you to think about something. Before Trump's self-coup, aka the January 6th insurrection, what did you know about Nancy Pelosi? Okay. Hakeem Jeffries responded to backlash over his meeting with Jared Kushner. And I'm going to keep reminding you all that just like the Trump family is fraudulent, so is the Kushner family. Okay, Papa Kushner, Jared's daddy, the Pepe, went to prison for fraud. His brother is into some shaky dealings also. Okay. Okay, yeah, and then let's not forget Jared and Ivanka got a questionable deal, undeal, not a deal, maybe a deal, kind of, sort of a deal. If you squint and turn the lights off, deal going on where they're trying to buy a portion of a country. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries said in a post on the social media platform X on Monday that no one from the Trump cartel is getting a pass. He shared a video after facing backlash for meeting with Jared Kushner, President Trump's son-in-law. The New York Times reported on Sunday that the two met privately ahead of November's midterms. According to the report, they discussed common ground on issues like housing, immigration, and the high cost of living. What common ground could they have? Quick question. What cabinet position does Jared Kushner hold? What elected position does Jared Kushner hold? Hey, Nana J. Oh, yeah, that's right. None. Zero. Zip. So what was the point of this? What was the point of this? Jeffrey stated that Kushner reached out to him first. He said he accepted the meeting so the pair could discuss affordability. His post also emphasized the House Democrats have pushed the Trump administration on issues including tariffs, the Affordable Care Act, and nutritional assistance. Shut up. First of all, okay, rhetoric like this works on people who don't pay attention, okay, and who have never truly looked at or learned the order of operations. Hey, Keely's mom. For any of this. One, again, what cabinet position does Jared Kushner hold? What ambassadorship? Well, actually, an ambassadorship wouldn't help us over here. What elected position does he hold? Zero, none, nada. So taking a meeting with him does nothing. And no, Jeffries, you have not given any pushback. You nor Mr. Booker. You've only tried to cement your name into the history books. Okay, that's it. That's the only thing you've tried to do. You haven't given any pushback. Because quite honestly, the best thing that they could have done, because Trump has no idea what the scope of office is, whatever legislation you want that will help your constituency, put it to the floor now. Put it to the floor now, get it to a vote. We know Trump is trying to negotiate. He can't. Let the 10-day rule reign supreme. Let the 10-day rule reign supreme. And for those that don't know the 10-day rule, once something is voted in positively, it's been approved by Congress, both houses, the president of the United States has 10 days to sign it, call for a veto, whatever. After those 10 days, it is officially codified into law. That's what happened the last time when Trump was like, oh, you wanted this? Nope, not until you pass my say that. I'm not signing it. And everybody was like, cool. And they waited out the 10 days. The family made an announcement earlier today. So in his video, Jeffrey said, and I quote, "I shouldn't have to say it, but I am. No one is going to get a pass." He added, "We're going to follow the facts, apply the law, and be guided by the Constitution beginning on day one and hold the crooks accountable." Day one of what? We're past day one. Day one of what? This is not as if the midterm elections have happened and all of the runoff and special elections have happened and we're swearing in a brand new Congress. No, we're not. We're not. Like, cut the BS. And here's the thing. I need y'all to speak up. And before somebody goes, well, he doesn't represent my district. He represents you. And what do I mean? I need y'all to get it through your thick skulls. Let your smarticle particles work, okay? Once someone is elected to the federal level, y'all understand this when it comes to the cabinet, the president, and the vice president. They represent you. They represent you when they're writing out legislation, when they're voting on legislation, when they're talking to lobbyists about legislation. You got to live underneath this legislation. So it does not matter if they're in New York, Connecticut, Oklahoma, Utah, Idaho. They still represent you. They still represent you. So you need to stop being silent. Silent is compliance, regardless of what political party you align with, what political ideologies you align with. They are playing in everybody's faces because you're sitting down and you're being quiet. You're sitting down and being quiet. And the real hashtag Bob Meme King, you're an idiot. Keep up with the conversation at hand. And just because she chose to be a righteous person doesn't mean she's in a cult, but you are. The cult of no longer here. But you need to contact them and let them know that the theatrics need to stop and you need return on the investment. That you hired them as an employee and you are not happy with what they're doing. Because I promise you, at your job, if you did what Hakeem Jeffries is doing, how long would you be employed? If you're out here taking meetings with people who are not potential clients, not current clients, and just basically shooting the shit like, well, I thought we could come into one accord. One accord on what? Just life stuff. Just like on the clock about official. Well, yeah, you would be fired. You would be fired. So why do you keep in employment people who are not doing their job? Why do you keep silent regarding people who don't do their job? Y'all have no problem complaining about the 16-year-old down at McDonald's that you feel isn't doing a proper job at salting your fries. But the people that are paid to represent you, you don't have nothing to say about. Every single one of y'all learned in primary school, and it was reiterated over and over and over and over again. Okay, one of the foundational things of this blood-drenched soil country was no taxation without representation. Y'all are being taxed through the wazoo, from the rooter to the tutor, and have yet to be properly represented. But you keep finding every excuse not to speak up for yourself. Every day, y'all, I'm from such and such. I match energy. You don't want none of mine. I'm a Leo rising. Now you're a Leo full of S. You won't do it. You refuse to do it. But let you think somebody looked too long at your partner. Oh, you'll wage a campaign to get them canceled. Let the little store down the street not say hello the way that you want. Oh, you got plenty of time to write up 67 petitions to get that done. You won't do anything for the sake of yourself. Even if you don't care about the rest of us that live side by side with you, you won't even do anything to protect yourself. And please miss me with the hashtag protect the children. You won't even protect your own. And for everybody that's like, well, Palestine is the litmus test for me. It's a no-go if Palestine and go screw yourself. Y'all didn't care about Palestine for all of the wars that have happened between the time you were born till now. You ain't paid attention to anything. But I want to ask you, what do you want to do about Iran? U.S. has probably permanently lost 15 Gulf bases in Trump's Iran war. Retired general warns conflict has become a strategic disaster. A strategic disaster. And at this point, Iran doesn't even want to sit down and talk to anybody else until we get a new president. But y'all still don't want a 25th Amendment, someone who obviously is declining in cognitive health. Retired four-star General Barry McCaffrey declared the United States has probably permanently lost access to 15 Persian Gulf bases following Iran's 2026 missile war, a warning that frames the damage as a strategic disaster for U.S. power projection in the Middle East. The assessment comes as Dyer reports that the U.S. has depleted nearly all of its missile stockpiles in the Iran war without bringing the country to the negotiating table. McCaffrey's analysis goes further than official Pentagon language. He argues Iran is now poised to control access to the Gulf states through its surviving missile inventory and its ability to disrupt maritime traffic. That's a striking claim given the scale of the U.S. presence in the region once supported. U.S. Central Command normally stationed roughly 40,000 troops across 20 sites spanning 1,500 miles from the Jordan to Oman. Now, we also have to put together one, the declining morale of our military. We right now have the perfect breeding ground for what happened in the Philippines many, many years ago. Many, many years ago. And for those that are not aware, I'm going to give you a brief synopsis. United States was like, you know what? We want some stuff from the Philippines. We're going to send some people over there. They sent the people that they disrespected the most. Black military personnel. They were like, hold up, we're not about to help you oppress other people while you're oppressing us and then further oppressing us in the military. And they flipped sides. They engaged in guerrilla warfare against their own military. They defected. Nobody wants to stand in solidarity with war criminals, especially war criminals that openly say that they don't believe in things that actually exist. We have a Secretary of Defense, a SecDef, hey Susan, who doesn't believe in germs or war crimes, who wants to legalize intimate assault within the military. And before you go, no, he doesn't. Yes, he does. When he started implementing rules that, hey, you can only complain X amount of times about intimate assault, and after that, you got to shh, quiet on the creek. What do you think that is? Looking like the administration and being like the administration are two different things. And when you gain the mindset and embody the mindset of the oppressor, you become the oppressor. Hala said. And what do I mean by that? You do know that racists look at skin tone and go, they must be on my side. And box people into a position that even if they aren't, for the sake of survival, they will go along to get along. And we cannot be remiss and act as if the Brandon Tatums and the Candace Owens of the world don't exist. There are people who have internalized white supremacy that would help them. There are sleeper cells that you wouldn't look at. Turtle Patel, Usha Vance, Katie Miller. And a good chunk of the military have been military well before this current regime. And believe it or not, there are quite a few bridges too far, even for racist. Now, Target pulls Halloween clown costume after backlash evokes racist imagery. We got this wrong. No crap. When you take diversity, equity, inclusion, and accessibility away, you have no checks and balances. All you have is people that willingly, willfully, and openly want to do crazy things. And I tell you, this week alone has really shown the true colors of society through a multitude of marketing campaigns. Golf ad displaying domestic abuse. A furniture company making sexual innuendos towards a man's wife and making fun of the man's wife, the man, and trying to emasculate him. Target with essentially creating a minstrel show with a child. Before somebody goes, well, why do you have to bring race and everything? Until y'all take race off of everything that we have to fill out or do in this country, shut up. Until you stop having race attached to all statistics, shut up. Until I and others that look like me can just exist without people coming in, speaking over us, ignoring our presence, or being outright racist, shut up. Shut up. Because it's amazing. Don't talk about race, don't talk about race, don't talk about race until they switch up an actor or the race of an actor in a damn fictional movie. Because right now, a fan casting has people up in arms. Well, that character is German. You do realize black people can be German too. When y'all say stuff like that, that lets us know that always in your mind, white is the default. Its culture should be shared until you decide that it's white culture. Yeah, don't talk about race, but it's everywhere. Who is they? Why does everybody make a conspiracy theory out of everything? And also, do y'all know how disrespectful it is for when somebody passes away? Y'all are like, we needed them. We need them to move forward. Why can't you get up and move things forward? Y'all had 80 years to get up and help her pass out books. You had 80 years to help her fundraise for the underprivileged. You had 80 years to let go of racism. Y'all can't even come in to this show and follow the conversation. But yeah, that's what you needed. Screw me taking the time to put together this. Let's just talk about what you want to talk about, right? I should start making a list. I should start making a list and start making a rounds for people's birthdays, anniversaries, births of first grandchildren, and come and just bust in and just talk about what I want to talk about and twirl around like Gone with the Wind. Fabulous, huh? Trump administration preparing to revoke visas of up to 200,000 foreigners in largest mass visa revocation ever. The Doof and Dump administration is preparing to revoke business and tourism visas from up to 200,000 migrants who have applied for or are currently seeking asylum in the U.S. on a rolling basis, a move that would trigger the largest mass visa revocation ever, the Associated Press reported Monday. The State Department is expected to announce the revocation in coordination with the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, of B1 and B2 visas issued since 2016, according to two U.S. officials and department documents obtained by the AP. We are coordinating with DHS to identify and revoke the non immigrant visas of foreigners who have come to the United States claiming to be short term visitors, but the file for asylum to stay here permanently. State Department spokesperson Tommy Pigot told The Hill. So, Ennis Cantor should be the first one gone. If that's what y'all are going to say. Not to mention, let us go over the rules for asylum and immigration into the United States. You want to know what the number one rule is? You got to get here. You got to start the process when you touch down here. Now, I don't know about you, but before deciding to move, especially such a big move, you might want to go kick the tires a little bit, see if you can go you motherfuckers come in here and get dumber and dumber by the day anyway. But make sure that you can assimilate into here to make sure that this is where you want to be. People from the United States do it in other countries all the time. But again, to start the process, you gotta get here. That's the rule we set. And now we're penalizing people for following the rule that we set. That's like you saying, hey, I got $200,000 I'm going to give away. Okay, to get a portion of that $200,000, you got to meet me at such and such park between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m. And then you get there and there's a line of people between 2 and 3, and you're mad that there's a line of people there to get the money between 2 and 3. Because essentially, I want y'all to realize this is what the United States is doing. The United States is creating a perpetual talking point and a factory of hate. They don't want to teach you how immigration works, the process, how lengthy and expensive it is, even though we don't have to make it as expensive as it is. And if we stop lying about immigration, we could get more people to populate the seats that we need filled to move the process through faster. And if we would mind our own business and get out of everybody's country messing with their governments, hey, people would be able to stay home. Because a lot of them don't want to be here. They don't have a choice. And they're only sitting at the bully table because the rest of y'all won't shut up. Won't speak up. So all they hear is the squeaky wheel. So they think, the bullies, they in charge. So I'm going to ride with them for the sake of protection. We sit here and say you got to be here. And then we sit there and act like we're being invaded by people who got to be here. You know that you got to clock in for work to get paid. How would you feel? You done clocked in for your whole pay period, whatever it may be. And then the payroll department goes, oh, well, even though we told you to clock in, you clocked in and we don't like that. We feel like that's harsh and intimidating and you're forcing our hands. So, we're going to revoke that paycheck. And I want y'all to think, there are those of y'all that were born, raised, and have never lived anywhere else but the United States, and y'all don't want to be here. How many people do you think that are coming here really want to be here? I want you to be real. There are so many countries doing it better than us. If these people could get to them, they would. Okay, the United States is like that aunt's house, that grandma house, that you don't really want to stay there. You don't like her rules. She got a few roaches, but you ain't got no place else to stay. So that's where you got to go. She keep a padlock on her refrigerator, but you can't go anywhere else. The United States is like those parents that do everything to diminish, to take away their children's ability to move out the house once they turn 18, 21, 25, and then sit around and tell everybody in the family, you know, I got to take care of them. They just can't get it together. And everybody else in the United States, all the bigots, all the racists, etc., go along with it, knowing that they know the truth, knowing that they know that they taking that child's whole check for the sake of rent. And if they can't sustain themselves, that's on the parents. You didn't raise them right. That is the United States. Well, we got to take them in. They can't do nothing else. We stole. Call it kidnapping all you want. We stole a first family. We stole a president and a first lady. We accuse them of crimes that we have no jurisdiction over prosecuting, and crimes that we watch our own president commit in our face daily. We sit here telling people, you can't come over here and just do what you want. Be like us, be like us. And we went to a whole nother country that don't want to be like this, that shouldn't be like us, that has their own languages, their own cultures, their own customs, their own everything, and stole their president. Stole him. But we're over here screaming and hollering that we're being invaded. We're being taken over. We took to international waters to commit war crimes. But we're talking about people coming and taking stuff from us. Taking what? Before they're taking our job. Who's taking your job, Rebecca? You done worked at the same company for 25 years. You can't even get a promotion. You're only there because your uncle is your direct supervisor. No one else would hire you. You have no discernible talents. You did not pay attention in school. We're all shocked you can spell your first and last name. We're also shocked that you remember to breathe as you walk. We are passing out STEM-based visas because we don't have the scientific prowess to advance our own society. The best of the best have never wanted to be here. The best of the best ain't never came here. This is why we started telling people that the best are here. Come here if you want to be looked at as the best. It's a lie. Even when it came down to saving us from the COVID pandemic, the vaccinations didn't even come from us. The research didn't come from us. We took the federal government and so many other agencies down to a skeleton crew, and in some places below that. We don't even have a full skeleton to work in there to engage in war crimes and a war. We are at a deficit of recruitment in the armed forces. And we decide to go to war. We can't replenish what we need to be at peacetime, let alone in a war. And we have a stupido presidente who keeps playing with people like he is playing a game of Battleship. But everybody wants to sit around and let a subset of society get their way and reign supreme. Y'all gotta be kidding me. Y'all gotta be kidding me. Y'all sitting here going, I don't see how black people allowed themselves to be enslaved. It was this amount of them in the country at this time, and it was this amount of white people. Why didn't they just overthrow them? MAGA, the supporters of Trump and his regime, are a subset of a subset of a subset of society. They are a small percentile of the country, and look what you're letting them do. Look what you are letting them do, because you got excuses. You can't protest. You can't petition. You can't do anything because that's beneath me. Oh, that's not going to work. Mine doesn't matter. They've convinced you to give up. Then what? Then what? Then what? Y'all have already decided to forget and then raise your children to never know. Raise the younger generations to never know that you hold the power. You create the services and products that need to be consumed and you consume them. But you let all these people tell you what to do when you hold the power in your hand. And again, you are letting a subset of a subset of a subset within this society reign supreme. Why? You are letting the worst of us be in control. You are letting the least educated drive the bus. And you keep wondering why we keep going over the cliff. Thank you, DJ. It's a choice. It is a choice. And back to how we started, because of one wayward commenter. You will look at me and find 20 different ways to tell me how I'm not qualified, how I'm not needed, how my voice doesn't matter, until shit hits the fan. Then you'll be, where you at? Why can't you come fix this? Why can't you? If this isn't what you want, why can't you? I thought y'all were the descendants of the witches they couldn't burn, they couldn't flood, they couldn't keep down. I thought it was all day, every day. What? You don't have a costume to put on? There's no photo op to be had? There's no newsletter to write? For the self-proclaimed, marketed as greatest country on the planet, you all present as the weakest. And I told you before, I'm not giving excuses anymore. And before you go, I'm never giving the country excuses, rock with me here for a minute, okay? Rock with me. You may not view it as an excuse, but have you ever what about ismed something? Have you ever tried to explain why this person couldn't do this or that person couldn't do that? Now, also, go with me on this. The United States is your home. Your home. I want you to think about where you live right now. You furnish it the way that you can, as close to how you want to as possible, right? That's what you do. You may not have the couch that you fully desire, but it might be the color that you want or close to the style that you want, but it's yours. Okay, when people come over, if somebody comes over with muddy shoes and steps up on your couch, you gonna get in that ass. You gonna, way too much dip on that chip. When somebody comes to your house, you let them know the rules of your house. And if they can't abide by them rules, you got to go, right? So why are you letting people come into your house and take over and tell you what you can and can't do? Why you letting them take your check and give you 50 cents out of the whole check and telling you to make it work? Huh? Why are you letting them spend your stuff and come in and smack you in the face with it while you sitting in the corner, stomach grumbling, and all you got to nourish yourself is a thought and the fumes of a cracker you had 6 weeks ago? Because when you give excuses and you give up, that's what you're doing. You're not even letting the patients run the asylum. You're letting the visitors take over. All right, PNW. That's what you're doing. And what's funny is that I see y'all in comments. I hear y'all in conversations with certain things going, well, if I would have done that in my parents' house, they'd have whooped my ass. They wouldn't have let my friends come over anymore. So why you letting company whoop your ass? Huh? Why did you turn over your keys, your alarm code, your car keys, your budget, your wallet, all your credit cards, debit cards, everything to a visitor? A visitor that you initially invited in. Now let's move over to you mofos that like to sit around and wait for change to happen as if this is a Lifetime or Hallmark movie and there's a great writer out in the ethos that's going to write out a better ending. And who am I talking about? Those of y'all that are like, just block them. I don't deal with things like that. So you mean that you're a stumbling block for revolution? You mean that you're going to always stand in the way of change? You're the type that's like, well, I'm not going to engage in a boycott because what does it matter anyway? Let me explain something to you. The fact that you have the amount of freedoms that you have today is because somebody said enough is enough and decided to boycott. That boycott turned into a march. That march turned into a riot. That riot turned into a meeting. That meeting turned into a lawsuit. That lawsuit turned into changed litigation. But y'all want to sit back and wait for somebody else to do it while you keep standing in the way. If you think that you're taking the moral high ground by ignoring racism, ignoring transphobia, ignoring homophobia, ignoring ableism, ignoring all these things, because that's beneath you. So you're telling me your existence, your comfort is beneath you? Your ability to strive instead of fighting to survive is beneath you. Sound different when we put it in real terms. We got 101 words to make things soften the blow when it hits you. We don't do that here. You taking this two-piece straight to the face. You getting this southpaw. You need that jaw cracked. I'm not even going to go back in history. I'm not going to talk about the historical figures and the leaders that did things. I want y'all to realize that in this day and age, in 2026, you have wasted the lives of your grandparents and your parents. All the strides they made for you to have opportunities, you have wasted. You wasted their late nights that they couldn't sleep. You wasted those overtime hours that they worked. You wasted the savings that they script together to make sure that you could. You wasted it. You wasted those times that they literally walked back and forth to work, back and forth to the grocery store, where they script together to make sure your belly was full when theirs wasn't. You wasted it. You talk about the history that so many people were able to live through and all the things that they accomplished. You just took an eraser to all of it. Do not quote King anymore. Do not tell me about Malcolm Shabazz. Do not tell me about Medgar Evers. And damn it, don't even tell me about Dolly Parton because you are erasing all of their hard work, step by step, day by day. You don't want better. And I'm really about to get y'all with this one. You're no different than Hassan Parker. You're no different than Miss Kasperi. You're no different than Candace Owens. And what do I mean? You want to be the face. You want the participation trophy. You want to be patted on the back. You want a big check to come with you being the face of a movement. Let me explain something to you. Fighting the good fight, doing the good dirty work comes with being hated. Y'all didn't learn nothing? They love King now. They didn't love him when he walked the earth. They love Zora Neale Hurston and she was brilliant. Now, they did not respect that woman when she walked the earth. You have a bleeding heart for Emmett Till. Now, let's not forget what they did to him then. When you're doing the good work, your flowers are the moves that you make pushing society towards equity. You're not getting pats on the back. You're not getting stickers every day. Your friend groups are not expanding, but that's what you want. You want everybody to know your face. You want everybody to know your name, but you don't have any work that's worthy of being spoken about. But you don't care about that. You know Dolly Parton by her professional works. What you don't realize is many of you all were sustained because of her private works, because of her philanthropy. Many of y'all know how to read because of the books she had delivered to you. But you want the memorial she's getting today. You want the facial and name recognition that she had with no work. With no work. And I've seen a multitude of you Christians come in here, oh, God's choir, that miss me, because until you can show that you understand that faith without works is completely dead and a dead body makes no movement, I don't want to hear you. I don't want to hear you. Oops, there we go. And with
Well, hello.
address. Hey.
I am terribly saddened that Dolly Parton died and we have Donald Trump still president. That I don't think is fair. And today's a very sad day for everybody. She was a philanthropist. She was a decent human being, and she definitely cared about everybody. And she walked the walk. She talked the talk.
And that's the thing. Even she passed at 80 years old, but
Yep.
even in the passing of her husband last year, you want to know one thing we never heard from Dolly Parton? An excuse.
Yep.
We never heard an excuse why she couldn't do the right thing. We never heard an excuse why she couldn't be a good person. We never heard an excuse about, well, in 1972, I came across two black people and a gay person and I just can't. No.
Never once.
And you know what? Now that I say that out loud, that is one of white folks that you've never heard I got beat up for just being white stories from.
Yep. We love to use that one. And it's always 4 or 5 people. I'm
Mhm.
caught
At a
on to
bus
that one.
stop, at a bus
There's
stop
always
for
4 or
no
5
reason in a
black
neighborhood that
people
they can't never
when white people
explain.
tell that story. And
Right, in a
it's fabricated
neighborhood.
by us.
Yeah, they can't never explain why they were in that neighborhood to begin with. And I'm like, first of all, I don't.
Right.
Maybe I'm just a bad neighbor. I don't know, but I don't know who can tell you every single person that lives in their neck of the woods. Okay, like on my street, facial recognition with quite a few people. I'm like, oh yeah, that's my neighbor 2 doors down, blah blah. But like in a couple blocks, right? I don't know.
Right.
And I
Right.
figure if you walking around, you must either live here or you visiting somewhere because I maybe y'all like to walk like that, but I don't think you just gonna be walking just to walk anywhere. People going down, what you doing here, girl?
Right.
Don't none of us live nowhere, okay? That people want to randomly come and get it.
Like I pay attention, I don't pay attention. I'm not that nosy.
Right.
I don't know. I don't run to the trouble. When I see shit going on outside, I peek and stuff, but I'm not I don't find myself very nosy. I
Oh.
don't think.
Oh, hey, Toddy. Oh, Toddy, you are right. Don't forget, yeah, at the schools too. They're like, yeah, I got beat up at the school just because I was white. What?
Yep,
What you? What?
that is another one.
ain't nobody, ain't nobody looking at you like, Whitey McWhiterson. I must beat you up. No, no.
Words were exchanged, and you said something that you shouldn't have said, and you got your ass beat. That's exactly what happened. It had nothing to do with you being white.
Oh my goodness. Cass said like the
That's
white
that's
woman
what I tell
who
them
called the
anyway.
police because she got tricked out of her money while buying crack. I remember that. I remember that. Um,
With that video that went
Also,
around.
I had a friend. She lived in a neighborhood, and this white guy was breaking into people's houses, right?
Oh,
Now, the thing about it is, where she had lived, there were only three of them that had moved in. It was like one of those revitalization thing where they were renovating different places. So as places were being renovated, people were moving in. So the guy was moving in. There wasn't anything to steal. Like they had gutted stuff. Okay. So he broke into one place, got stuck inside some way, somehow. So there, people are hearing, somebody yell for help. And she's like, okay. She's like, it sounds like a man. I ain't trying to be funny, but I'm not. She's like, it feels like a trap. It feels like some Ted Bundy type stuff.
right. I would have thought the same thing. Like,
So she calls the cops. The cops go. A couple other people had called the cops. Yeah, he broke in. And the funny thing about it is, he said he broke in because he thought that it was a black neighborhood, and he was like, "Well, I just figured they would have nicer stuff than me, but
huh?
no security system."
Make it make sense.
Let me
No
explain something.
security system. He thought there would be no security system.
Let me explain something to y'all. Okay. I will get a security system. No offense around white people. Around black people ain't trying to check for what each other got, because 9 times out of 10 we all got the same stuff. Okay. We Yeah. But now, hold on. Whoops, 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 whoops. Now, wait a minute, wait a minute. Where did it go? Now, okay. This next story, this shouldn't be funny, but we got to discuss this because it is a little funny. It is a little funny. Now, we know Natalie Harp. I call her the Harpy because she is.
Hmm.
Um, has this weird closeness affinity to Trump. So a video came out because melanoma. For those that are new here, that's melanoma Trump, Melania, but melanoma. Um, they were at some event. They were outside. 'Cause, she popped back up like Donald. She's getting too close, Donald. Um, and Donald called the Harpy over. Melania, melanoma got up and left. Trump gave Harpy something, turned around and started talking to people like he did not notice that melanoma was gone.
Oh, I bet that didn't
Women,
go over too well.
yeah, women dating, married, whatever. I'm gonna say in a long term relationship, how well would that go with you? It
Not
said,
too
what does
well.
she
Not
care?
not.
I think too many people forgot melanoma was the original. I'm going to torpedo Trump. Let me give y'all brief their origin story. The factual, it's been fact checked origin story. She had a date to a party. He had a date to a party. She intentionally made sure that she was going to be at this party. She honed in on Trump, started chatting his ear out. You're so great. You're so wonderful. Oh, you're so smart and so strong. Oh, I bet you'd be a great partner. You pretty. You really think about that like me? Yes, but aren't you here with somebody? Screw her. Take my number. No, I don't want to take your number. Take my number. So that he could have bragging rights like, yeah, I won her over. Okay, here's my number. Immediately, inseparable. Immediately. Was he still married at the time? Yes, to Marla Maples, wife number two.
Mm-hmm.
So then she's like, hold on, I gotta really submit the deal because Marla out here talking about he's the best I ever had. So this is when he was still friends with Jeffrey, his homeboy. She's like, I heard you have a friend with a plane. Yes, I do. Get on the plane, Oochie Coochie Wally Wally on the plane. Jeffrey Epstein even confirmed that the first time they was together was a couple days after meeting on his plane with the built-in bed. And then after that, he started running everything by melanoma. It's confirmed in court documents, especially the Manhattan fraud trial. It was admitted in that by multiple people. So melanoma knows what the playbook is. And she's looking like, hold up, home skillet. I know that I have a payout coming because I know death is chasing this mofo down. And do you know how many times I don't let him hunch on me, breathe near me, touch me, poop his pants near me? I done put in the work. What did Beyonce say? Ring the alarm. I done this too long. I'll be damned
Mm-hmm.
if I see another chick on his arm. That's what melanoma is thinking. So she's like, Harpy, stay over there.
Right.
Stay over there.
All the way the hell over there.
So the Harpy popping up, yes. Now, my thing is, when you have that level of obsession that the Harpy has, the crash out is going to be epic.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The crash out is going to be epic. Now, melanoma she's not the type, she's not going to go off on the Harpy. She's not. Um, she does because she doesn't want Donald to think that she cares. she she doesn't want Donald to think that she's scared.
Right.
So she's gonna keep it cool, but melanoma cares because she's like, oh no, we're not about to have a replacement come at the 11th hour and take everything away. Absolutely not. And I think far too many people forget about the legacy politics. Um, and the wealthy, especially old money and those that want to present as old money. These are not loving relationships. These are transactional.
Right. They're like arranged.
Yeah, these are like, oh, our children will be aesthetically pleasing and we can parade them around like nice little props. And two, power couples don't normally like each other like that. Like, think Bill and Hillary Clinton. They have
They
political
tolerate each
aspirations
other.
as attorneys. Yeah, they are co-workers. They're not soulmates, they're co-workers. So people wanting folks to have these love stories. Y'all really bought the bill of goods that was Camelot, Jackie O and JFK. No,
Right.
the Kennedys were for the longest time the ultimate. We gonna fake it because we gonna keep making it. We don't really like one another, but we're profitable together and we're popular if we pair up this way, that way, and the third.
Yep.
These legacy families, they don't. No. You sitting there thinking about the story that was told to you when your parents are like, "Yeah, I looked in your mom's eyes from across the room and I knew she was the one." Okay. And people sitting there, "Yeah, I love my husband deeply." Okay, that's great. There are people who, yeah, it's just recently that people been getting married for love. Throughout history, people ain't no. Why do you think they had dowries and people like yeah, no. They didn't love each other. They didn't if y'all really pay
Right.
attention to some of your grandparents and great grandparents, the things they said around you about one another. Maybe a lot of them didn't like each other.
Mm.
Mm-mm. That's why they got a kick out of the honeymooners. 'Cause that's how they felt.
Not the honeymooners.
Do y'all have the same energy for black stars that die? What energy? Because we were talking about transactional marriages. So what energy, Selena? What energy? Fine line between love and nausea. You got that right. Yeah, like no, people sitting there acting like, oh, Trump's a love story. A love story of what? A love story. When have you heard a story of them going on a romantic vacation? Them celebrating an anniversary? Even when they got engaged, when they did the whole circuit, the interview circuit, they talked about the
Not once,
value, the size of
one
her
time.
ring. Yeah, the value and the size of her ring, not oh, this represents this, or when I saw this, this reminded me of this date or the twinkle in her eye. No, Melanoma knew what she was doing.
Hell yes, she did. She
I can
honed in on Trump,
see her
targeted him,
peaches and
and
herbs, Will Smith and Jada picketing. I don't know who Jada Picketing is. Ike and Tina ain't been together in a while. What does Peaches and Herbis have to do with this? Like, y'all just naming anything. Can y'all hear? Are y'all well? Y'all okay? Are you okay? Last time I checked, Will Smith and Jada are still alive. I don't know what type of energy I'm supposed to have for them. Why y'all always want to pick a damn fight?
that was random.
Like, why pick a fight? Like,
All that because you have
hey,
Dolly Parton up behind you.
yeah, and you know this. Every day, people prove my point. Where they're like, "No, I do listen, I respect and no, no, you don't. No, you don't. Because I promise you, if I had an elephant behind me, everybody would be cut. Well, not everybody, but y'all know what I mean. Coming in giving me random facts about elephants, and I could be talking about rainbows. You don't listen. You don't pay attention. That's another reason why we are in the predicament we are in now.
Right.
Cause ain't no way.
Just to start typing things that they make sense to them.
Just like this. Oh my goodness! This morning, Thomas will say something, and I love the conversation skimmers where they'll hear one or two words, and then and I'm like, what the heck? What? And I was like, oh, he said that word. They didn't hear nothing.
Right.
I'm like,
Right.
I gave y'all visuals.
Like I got a whole chart down here for you, a link,
Right.
a couple of
Oh my.
paragraphs
Now I did feel
on
bad
top of
because
what he's talking about.
yeah, he had spouted off some numbers, and I thought I had a little bit more time than what I had. I ran out to go to the bathroom real quick and came back, and somebody was like, "Could you repeat the numbers?" And I was like, "Let me just put that up on the screen because I did not know Brother Man was saying numbers." I'm gonna run out real quick. Go to the
Right.
bathroom. I was like, "Stick to the script."
Like, that's not what we were doing. Hold on.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring the focus back.
Yeah. And again, I'm gonna keep saying this until people stop doing it. Every blonde-haired, skinny woman does not look like Ivanka. Y'all realize that until the blonde woman is around any of the Trumps. You want to know who else is blonde and skinny and in the Trump sphere? Laura Trump. You want to know else who's blonde and skinny?
Right.
The latest Trump wife. Like, y'all need to stop. Like, I saw somebody do a side by side. It's two different pictures of Harpy. Okay. That's it. Yeah. See, she looks just like Ivanka. That's not even Ivanka. Like, I need y'all to stop. It's disrespectful to y'all. Like, Jesus Christ. Y'all really out here acting like every
It's just
white
two
woman
different-
looks the same.
Two different pictures of the same white woman, but
Right,
just
like,
claiming it's one is Ivanka.
right,
I'm
right.
screaming.
Y'all are and it's mostly white people, white women, and I'm like, yeah, do you not catch that you're putting forth a narrative that all white women look the same?
Right.
You're putting forth a narrative that all white women look the same. That if y'all get the same hair color, nobody can differentiate y'all. It's so disrespectful to y'all. And I need y'all to really grasp that a black woman has to keep telling y'all that no, they don't look alike. They don't have similar style, nothing.
Right.
Like, yes, Trump has a type. If you are blonde haired and skinny, you are more likely to get his attention. And it has been confirmed again in court documents and in a few tell all books that Trump, if he does take a liking to a woman, he starts suggesting types of highlights they should get, designers that they should wear, colors that look best on them, how they should do their makeup. First of all, this man can research all of this, but he can't research what the president of the United States duties are. So, like,
Or get a
Jesus
wig that
Christ,
fits
stop.
right.
Right? Like, every time there's a blonde woman anywhere, like Susie Wiles is blonde. Did y'all mistake her? Were y'all secretly saying she looked like Ivanka? Caroline Levitt, who just quit, blonde. Like, come on. Like, y'all, oh my God. Like, really, really, really get it together. Get it together. Y'all are ridiculous. And then you're all going, well, he wants him to look like Ivanka. Are you sure? Because before Ivanka was a thought, a glimmer in his ball sack, you want to know who he had been dating? Blonde-haired, skinny women
Right.
of any and every race that he could get his hands on. First wife, blonde. Second wife, blonde. The only one who mixed it up was melanoma. And that's because she put that Uchi Coochie Wally Wally on him, and he's like, I've never had that before.
I want some more.
Right. More, please, sir. Can I have some more? Like, did y'all ever think that he just likes blonde-haired women? Like, yes, he says some crazy stuff about his daughter. He has, but she ain't even a natural blonde. Like, his obsession with blonde predates it, and I don't like defending him, but come on. Like, Jesus.
Dad is like, please don't make me defend this man.
Right? Like, if
Get
he
it
was
together,
so
white women.
obsessed with people looking like his wife, he wouldn't be married to melanoma.
Right.
Like, she wouldn't get it. I know his mom wasn't. That's not who I was. He wasn't banging his mom. That heifer was ugly.
Exactly.
What? Melanoma's daddy looked just like Trump. So. Yeah, like Trump's mother did not influence him. Y'all need to let that lie go. Trump was not close to his parents until he became somewhat profitable for them. When his father, who had a stutter and had issues with talking in public, realized that Trump had no problem talking in public and had no problems breaking the law for the sake of racism and profit, they were like, oh, we kind of like you, son. His mother had to spend time in the Grippy Sock Casino and Resort because she didn't want to be pregnant with him. She didn't want to give birth to him. She never bonded with him. She didn't
Oh,
influence shit. Y'all, this fairy tale y'all done put around this man is weird. And I don't know why. Like there's so many origin stories out for Trump. I'm beginning to think that Marvel writers wrote it. He said so, okay? And Trump lies. His mother is
right.
had no influence over him. She didn't even spend time with him till he was damn near a teenager, which is confirmed by not just family, but school instructors and everything. And let's not forget, he was sent off to boarding school. Like, what
Right.
the
He didn't even live at home.
shit?
He had a bare
And
minimum
let's not
relationship with
forget
his
that
parents.
when Ivana Trump divorced him amid the allegations of intimate abuse and physical abuse, and him being mad that Ivana was better at business than him, working at the Trump organization, confirmed by a multitude of former and current employees, Mary Trump went to Ivana and said, and I quote, "Did I create a monster? Yes, you did. You gave birth to a damn monster. You did.
Yes. Yes.
She did."
Hmm. He is a
But
monster.
if she would have had influence on him and if they would have been close, she would have went to him to try to set him straight and get him together. No, Trump has been chasing acceptance from mom and dad. He has mommy issues and he has daddy issues.
Hmm. I can agree
This
with
is why
that.
he gets excited when somebody essentially says he's a good boy. This is why Harpy is able to infiltrate him because she's saying things like, "Oh, I can't live without you. You're the greatest ever. You're brave. You're strong. You're handsome." That's
Mm-hmm.
also why he thought E. Jean Carroll would never report him for him assaulting her. And if you don't know what I mean, E. Jean Carroll once upon a time thought Trump was attractive.
Oh,
Standards were different then.
okay.
Standards are different. We're different then. But
Hmm.
I
I
mean,
guess the bar
people,
was low.
yeah, people are shocked, but y'all thought Jackie Kennedy Onassis was attractive. I'm never letting y'all live that shit down.
I never saw that. Like I didn't understand that when I was younger, and I don't understand it now. But it is
Yeah,
what it
because
is. The times are the times. I guess I don't
yeah,
know.
before I ever saw a picture of her, the way people would describe her, I was like, oh, I thought she was like Princess Grace. Like, oh, okay, I saw a picture of her.
Right. Just because she could
The
wear
amount
a
of
dress
upset
suit.
I was like, did y'all this
Hmm.
what we working with for real? Okay,
I
okay.
think it was mostly because of her clothes.
Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure that's what it was.
Mm-mm. We are strange. We get infatuated with the strangest things, and the MAGA cult is proof of that. It's definitely a cult. Definitely something taking over these people's minds.
Mm-hmm.
And you're right, it's just a small faction of us, which is what bothers me the most. Like, it's like, what was it? 11% of the people show up to vote the last election.
Yep.
I just feel like if people would see that and be like, hey, we should all register to vote, and then it would be a true representation of democracy if more people voted and more people's voices were heard. But for some reason, we're not getting that point, and people are staying home or just staying uninvolved. It is, I don't know, for whatever their reasons are, whatever their protests are, and just giving away decisions to be made to the lowest faction of our society right now.
Yeah, people are lazy because let's not forget this time around we have record breaking voter registration. Jay, you're absolutely right. Let's thank the black lady that dressed Jackie. Yeah, Ann Lowe. Ann Lowe is who dressed Jackie Kennedy Onassis. Yeah, because
Okay, I'm
she
not
was not
surprised by that
she was.
at all.
But yeah, we had record voter registration, and then people get in the mindset that somebody else's vote will count double for them. No, you have to go and vote for yourself. That's
Yes,
like assuming that, oh, if I go to the doctor and the doctor says, oh, you're healthy, that means you're healthy. No. And here's the thing, there were for quite, I don't know if there men still like this, but there for a while there was quite a few men that were like, oh, I don't have to go to the doctor, my girl ain't got nothing, so that means I ain't got nothing. Baby, what about your heart, your lungs, your skin, like like
right. You get a clean bill of health on like one or two body parts right there when you rely on that. I mean, you still have to get some other shit checked out on your
like,
body.
and there's some people who are just carriers or something. Like something could be in you dormant, and you just
Exactly.
that.
Just out
But
here
no,
spreading it around.
like let's not do that. Like there are. Oh no, that's not her. Eh, oh, Miss Bouvier Kennedy Onassis. I'm gonna tell you one thing. White women raised in certain parts of the United States, they know how to marry a check. Sometimes they happy, sometimes they not, but they know how to marry a check. They and melanoma is one of them. She know
Hmm.
how to marry a check. Cause when Trump died, I give her 3 to 4 business months. She gonna be engaged again and then
Oh
married.
yeah.
And my thing is,
To another check.
whoever the latest Miss Bezos is, baby, you might get replaced, or she might go after Rupert the Murdoch, because he like 175,000 years old, and he like anybody who's willing to sniff his wrinkles. He
Mm.
and my thing is, man, y'all go and acquire all this money, and you still don't get a really attractive woman. I mean, I know you're not going for brains because you want to still have a level of control, and you don't want her taking money and investing it. But we talk about how ugly the men are that use money to get women,
Right.
but
Some of these women out here, huh?
and ain't no way I'm gonna have multiple plastic surgeries and still be ugly. Ain't no way. I don't even like surgery all like that. I saw a woman today, and I was like, oh, she just looks like an average woman. I didn't know what the big deal was. Showed her face, and then it was like uh, going back chronicling, and she chronicled online her plastic surgery. Ma'am, you should have kept your original face. Your original face was fine. This, now that I see the side by side, you look horrible. Like,
Oh, yeah, to see the before and the after is not that great. She should have stayed with the before. Okay, gotcha. Damn.
yeah,
Ouch.
I'm like,
That's gotta suck.
right. Listen, it's also painful. I'm just like, y'all did all of this, and
You want to live
this
the night
is,
how many times for this?
yeah, like, this is not an improvement, right? Because, like, when I first saw it, I was like, oh, she just average looking whoop. Ma'am, you got sliced up like a Thanksgiving turkey to look worse than how you started. Oh no, no. Like there's got to be a return policy. You deserve reparations for that. Because what do you mean they did you dirty? Like did they show you mirrors after this? Because ain't no way. Mm. No, like,
Did they still charge you?
and sometimes people, I'm gonna be real with you. Sometimes you're not ugly. You're just not comfortable with your personal style yet. You want to be comfortable, but you haven't. You're still concerned about what other people think, so you're overdoing it, and you're not really ugly. Just
Right.
chill and let the style flow with you, because Yeah, like please stop. No, no, and some of y'all daddy daughter, and it's okay. We still love you, but you look like you could change a tire with your teeth, and it's all right.
Oof. Ouch. Not your teeth.
You
Dang.
know, at the racetrack with no filter. Exactly, secret. Like just like when people are like, "Oh, melanoma is so pretty and so fashionable."
I don't see it.
I will say this: she definitely has a style, but her style does not mix up, which is fine. Which is fine. I like a person that knows their lane fashion wise and sticks in it because everybody can't take fashion risk. I get that. I also
Right.
love people who can take fashion risks and they do. But melanoma, she has a lane, she sticks in it. Okay, she sticks in it. She is giving Devil Wears Prada every time she comes up. It's kind of like Susan Baranski, the actress.
Yeah.
What character she plays, we know how she's going to be dressed. I think it's in every contract. She ain't gonna be dressed bad. She's gonna be decked out to the nine. That's melanoma, but I'm like in the face, girl. By absolutely not. You, what are y'all mesmerized by? I wear glasses. I don't know. But I mean, she doesn't have a bad style. She's consistent with it. Trump dresses like a cartoon character. And what do I mean by that? He doesn't change clothes. Yes, I know he changes clothes, but listen, he doesn't change clothes. You ain't seen him in a black suit. Okay. Even when he went to the Pope's funeral, red,
Yeah,
white, and blue.
he wears. Yep, he wears the same colors, the same
It's,
shirt, same style
yeah,
tie, same style jacket, same style pants, same
yeah.
color.
Like, think about the cartoon. Like, every so often on the cartoon, they would take you to the character's closet. Every,
And they would have
every
multiple of the same thing.
yeah. So, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, she's consistent. It's cool. You're not getting a mix up. And I love how they report on it like she's really mixing it up. No, don't force something. Hey, maybe don't report on her fashion. I personally would like when they're reporting on women,
Hmm.
report on anything else other than her makeup, hair, and fashion. I don't know. Like she's first lady. Like her, love
But
it,
I
skip
feel
it, jump
like
it.
there's nothing else they could really talk about with her because she doesn't offer anything of substance.
Yeah, you're right. Now there are a couple times I will say, like her initiative regarding AI and it being used to create revenge porn. I wish they would have
Yes.
talked about that more. I'm not a fan of melanoma, but what she's pushing for, I am on board with that. It's a solid plan. It's very well thought out. It's very protective of all people. I know people like when they do bring it up, only talk about how it protects um girls and women, but it protects everyone.
Right.
So yeah, her stance on abortion, which differs depending on which way the wind is blowing, from her husband, like talk about that. But and it's not just with her. A lot of that's what they, oh well, this blah 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 first lady blah 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 and her style. I don't care. I don't care. Like when they talked about Jackie and her style and her decorating, it's because that's what she was doing at the time. When
Right.
she was redecorating the residence at the White House, that's what she was doing. And she was trying to bring more history, more antiques and historical pieces into that part. Yes, talk to her about that. But on a regular, I don't care. And no, I don't care what the first lady, what designer she's wearing. Fun fact, they have to pay for that out of pocket. So if she want to spend $1 million on a dress, I hope they got it. Because I don't care.
Right.
But even when it comes down to like women at the head of industries, the CEOs, CFOs, and COOs, they always want to tell her, well, her fashion style. I don't care. I, I don't care if she goes to work every day in sweatpants and a t-shirt. And corporate America, and I know some people don't like when I say this, but when it comes to corporate America, If you are not customer facing, why do we have strict dress codes? I can understand saying cover the no bits. Okay, fine. All right. We are a juvenile society. Okay. We can't
Mm-hmm.
concentrate if certain things is out. All right, cool, cool, cool. But like call center employees, why do they need to be in business casual for so many places? Customers
Yeah,
ain't
they're
seeing them.
not like they're gonna see them. Mm-hmm.
Right. No, what is the point? And it bothers me when folks even at work at home positions like, well, when we have teams, you need to be dressed up like that for what? Heck, don't even turn your camera on. I don't care. What
That
are we
part.
doing? Like some of these,
You
I've
feel
never
like you'd want to have
understood.
your employees be comfortable versus looking like I don't know, cream of the crop. Like, I'd rather my employees
Right.
be comfortable in their clothes, and I figure they probably get more of their work done. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Cause I'm just like, if nobody, there was one job I worked, and I'm like, nobody can see us. And one person was like, oh, but we're in this building and customers come in on this floor. We can't come in on those floors. Coming in on the floor where the customers and everything, the clientele would come in, you can't come in on those floors because there's no way to get from that floor to up to where we had to be. We had to come from a whole different entrance that nobody going in and out of the building would see us from. Who cares? As long as we're not naked.
Right.
And they're like, well, what if you have to go down into the bank to get something? How would they know that we work here?
Good point.
And I was like, y'all
How
want
would
to
they
do all this
know?
respectability stuff when it comes to fashion. I need y'all to realize there was a time in history where it was status quo for people to go to the grocery store in their house coats and rollers in their hair.
Mm-hmm.
People were not getting dressed to go to the grocery store to run errands. They ran their errands in their night clothes. This is why they had robes. And then they went home, did what they had to do, and then finished getting ready.
Yep.
And I know y'all love the pictures of people traveling all done up. Yeah, because we had traveling salesmen. When they got off the plane, a lot of them weren't, they literally had to hit the ground running. They had meetings that they didn't have time to go to the hotel first and all that stuff. No, they got off the plane, went straight into a meeting.
Yep.
I was like, it makes more sense. Like, I don't know how many times y'all can watch content of people getting on airplanes or stuff with lice, and y'all want to still do all this stuff to your hair and your makeup to travel. Are you well?
I dress for comfort when I travel. I don't give a
Yeah.
shit what I look like.
If you think public transportation just in your little neck of the woods is gross, that's just the people in your neck of the woods utilizing that bit of transportation. When you're talking about interstate, intercity travel, that's 10 times worse. And I need y'all to realize there's a lot of people who don't wash.
Exactly.
And y'all want to mm, 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 mm. Y'all, y'all sit there talking about, well, they should do this, and you should look this way, and you shouldn't look that. First of all, every place is not a runway. Number one. Number two, we live in a day and age where we don't have McDonald's money and we don't have McDonald's at home. Why do y'all want people to spend hundreds of dollars on a ticket to then spend hundreds of dollars to look presentable for you to do what? To sit in a grungy, dirty airport, a grungy, dirty bus station, a grungy, dirty train station? Like, I need y'all to think. Y'all want to dress and you want other people to dress like everybody's getting on a private plane. The people in private planes don't dress up the way y'all think. They got bonnets on, scarves on, pajamas. They got their kids in pajamas. That's why they got the private plane. So you can't say nothing to them about doing it.
Right.
When your favorite stars are on tour, book tour, concert tour, whatever, you really think that in between cities they're doing hair and makeup? No, they're paying for hair and makeup when they come see you. But we still live in a society where people pay cold hard cash money to get dressed up to go look at somebody else on the stage. I will never understand that. Now, have I done that myself too? Yes, and I've laughed at myself like I'm not the one performing. Why do I need an outfit here and make? They're not coming
Right.
to see me.
I'm coming to see them, not the other way around.
Right. Like for like athletic games, it makes sense. You know, you put on your little merch with your team and stuff on it. But who was it? Taylor Swift, whatever her last tour was, because I know her and Beyonce kind of had tours going back like around the same time. Because when I was still going back and forth, and I was going through Indianapolis, and it was a leg of her tour. Um, and the way some of the people were dressed, and that's when it dawned on me, like, everybody see you, like,
Yeah.
and like I said,
Yep.
I've done it. Well, I don't get as dressed up as some of the people, but I'm like, yeah, now. And I think mine is more growing up in a symphony theater kid. I would go a lot with my
Mm-hmm.
maternal grandparents, so you know. But I'm like, yeah, I'm not. Mm, mm. And there was one
Mm-hmm.
time I did I did attend a concert once in a tank top and some shorts. Let me explain. Let me explain. I have a cousin who's a musician. It was his show. I was backstage and I told him, I'm not getting dressed for this. I want to see you perform, but I'm coming comfortable. And I had my little
Mm-hmm.
blanket and they got me a chair right off the side. That's where I sat.
Hey, there you go.
Had a little fold out table with some snacks and stuff on it. But yeah, now if I could watch concerts like that, I'm telling you, that was the best experience ever. Comfy clothes, little snack, nice little fluffy blanket.
Complete with the blanket. I'm here for it. I support that.
It was
And
it was
snack. You
lovely.
can't beat that. No way.
Yeah, because it was like a what would you call it? Like a little amphitheater. So there was a bit of a breeze, so it was
Oh,
comfortable.
okay.
Mm-mm-mm.
Sounds like it was a nice setup too.
It was. And then afterwards, he was like, "How did I do?" "Oh, you did great." He was like, "Were you really paying attention?" I said, "I was. I was paying attention, but you're in a group, and I can't always tell y'all apart."
Oh.
In my defense, they're all the same complexion, all the same height, all the same build, keep the same type of haircut, and because they're in a group, they're usually, you know how groups are, especially R&B groups. They're
That's the
basically wearing
same.
the same thing.
Yes.
And sitting on the side of the stage, you see the side of everybody.
Right, you're getting the profile. You're getting the side profile, not the full face
Right, I'm
on.
watching the set like they all did good, but I couldn't tell you who was who. I couldn't from the side. Now, like facing them, yes, okay, because like one has just a mustache, one's mustache and goatee. One got a little bit of a beard. Like I guess you could say, well, at the time had a baby beard. I don't know if he still has a beard, but
Right. It's like I don't have
I'm
that.
look,
I can't tell. I wouldn't be able to tell.
I got two brothers that if
The way
they
my
stand in front of me right now, I have a hard time telling them apart. And no, they're not twins. Okay, just I was
yeah, the way my eyesight set up. Okay. Good
yeah.
luck. Good luck with me trying to figure out who people are.
The other
Differentiate.
day,
Can't do it.
I took my glasses off. We were watching TV. There was like a true crime something on. I took my glasses off because I was working off the iPad, but I had the iPad sitting in my lap. So you know when something is close enough, you know.
You could see it.
And
Yep.
I looked up at the TV and they were talking about, oh, this woman. I thought it was a dude on the screen,
Oh,
and I was like, okay. Next day, didn't have my glasses on, popped up, and I looked at him and I was like, I think there's something wrong with my eyes because that looks like a chick. He was like, okay, yesterday I thought that they mixed up the pictures, but today, no, put your glasses on. My eyes scrambled that poor lady's whole face. When I put my glasses on and looked back at, because the episode rotated again, I was like, that, oh my goodness.
you had it wrong.
On so many levels. This woman
Just a
was
little
like
bit.
40, but when I put my glasses on, she looked 18. I had to.
Oh
My
wow.
my eyes scrambled her whole face. Now, let me mix this up for you. Pow. It's like, but hey, the one picture, what is it? Pictures from the 70s, from the 60s and 70s. Everybody seemed to be androgynous. Like the
Right.
clothes, the fashion, everything just, and I'm just like, okay. I'm like,
It
all
does
right,
appear
okay.
that way, especially with the clothes.
Yeah, now don't get me wrong. I love it. Everybody borrowing everybody's clothes, but I'm like, y'all are couldn't y'all I was like, okay, my bad. But they also
Mm.
remix stuff. Because I love black people. Yeah, I used to love my shag haircut. You mean the mullet? That's not a mullet. It is. It's just
Oh
a
yeah, you're right.
mullet
It
with
is
black
mullet.
people
You're right.
hair.
Just
So,
a different name. Okay.
and now what do they call it? A wolf cut? A wolf?
A
I
wolf
don't know.
cut. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
wolf cut. That's but it's the same. It's the mullet. You're right.
Yeah, because there are a couple of hairstylists online that every time I'll go to their content, be like, did they explain this? Ah, okay. I don't know. Okay, I'm the type of person that's like, hey, can you cut this like this, and make it work? I don't know what the names of the things are.
I stopped going to hairstylists because I felt like every time I went to one, they gave me a mullet. But I don't know if it's because I had the curly hair or what. But it'll be short up top, short up front, and long in the back. No, that's not. I want it all
Now,
one
the
length, please.
only act two that I consistently went to, my cousin and my uncle. Now, my family don't give a damn about having professions that just don't go together. Okay, trained
Hmm.
plumber, trained hairstylist, all at the same time.
Okay.
Why? No clue. Not the plumbing. The hairstylist, he daughters. Just with a mullet is diabolical. That's what Angry said. But I get it. He wanted to make sure that his daughters had healthy hair. He was like, his boys, they really didn't care. He was like, he figured they would just keep cutting their hair off. But the plumbing part, I have no idea. And then my cousin, well, they did many, many years of drag and decided, might as well get proper training to do people's hair because they were technically doing. But those are the two that I, for the longest time, I would go to. Um, and I would just be like, hey, I got this idea. They would look at me, hey, please don't have no idea.
Like, what are you trying to do to me now? Uh oh.
I had them dye cheetah print into my hair once. When I had a corporate job, how I pulled that off, I don't know. I don't know.
That must have been cool though.
It was really cool. Now, it was a darkened version of it, so I guess that's
Hmm.
how it was able. And at that job, I don't think they really paid too much attention to me. They were just happy I would sit in the corner and do IT because it was like the early days of IT and they really didn't know what was going on.
Okay.
And I would it was a weird shift. I would come in like 45 minutes an hour before everybody on the floor would work, come in, do some work, um and like crunch these reports at the end that nobody else really wanted to do. And it was a job where, for the most part, you worked by yourself, which I was
Right.
cool with. I just liked the placement of the desk because it had one humongoid drawer. Before you ask, yes, I filled it to the brim with snacks.
Hmm. I didn't even have to ask. I already knew that was coming.
And that drawer was right at arm level. It was like huge. Yeah, it was that's what I missed from that job. That drawer and that desk was exactly 32 steps from the vending machines.
Oh, pretty close.
It
Okay.
was
So you get a
it was a
snack drawer
beautiful
and the vending machine.
it was a beautiful beautiful thing, and about 47 steps from the steps slash elevator. It was wonderful.
Central to everything.
Yeah,
We
that was
like
the only thing
that.
I missed about that job. I did not like the people. Some of the meanest people I've ever worked with. Nobody in that department liked one another. And they were some
Damn.
catty, backstabbing, backbiting, talk about each other people.
I can't stand that.
And I mean, they were
The
kiki in each other's
bitter.
face. Like, yeah, we gonna hang out this weekend, blah blah blah. 3 seconds later,
Yes.
and coming to ask me, did you hear? I didn't.
Nope. I want no parts. I didn't hear
I,
shit.
I'm over here on my lonesome. Please leave me alone.
Yes.
Like
Listen,
y'all.
I'm the IT girl. I don't know what's going on with all what you guys got going on over here.
And there was even one time somebody got in the elevator trying to talk crap loudly about someone else, and they didn't realize that I had had it that day, and I took my hearing aids out.
Definitely didn't hear that shit.
And somebody asked me about it, was like, "Well, they said they were in the elevator, honey." On that day, I gave up at like 8:15. They was like, "Didn't you start work at 7:45?" And did, and did. I was done. I was. Mm-mm. I hit
That
my
was no
limit.
longer peopling. When I don't people, I take my hearing aids out too. So I totally feel that.
Yeah, plus on that day, a woman got mad at me because I didn't know she was allergic to onions. I don't know what that had to do with me because I didn't offer anything to eat and I didn't have any onions around me. I, to this day, I'm still perplexed by this.
There wasn't an onion around. Then somehow you got brought into the conversation about the onions.
She's like, "You trying to kill me?" Huh? Like, what? Uh,
Damn.
ma'am, I don't. What are you talking about? Like,
There's not one onion around me. I'm not eating. I didn't offer
right?
you.
Because she was like, "Onion." I'm like, and mind you, I just made like a hot chocolate to sit at my desk with, and I'm like, for 2 weeks, I was walking around thinking, is there some gross person putting onions in hot chocolate? Because, like, what is.
Right.
No, she was crazy.
She just wanted to complain about something.
Hmm. I don't know why people wanted to complain to me. I wouldn't pay. I'm get somebody else to do it. They would come over and be like, such and such ain't shit. I don't care. I don't even know who that is. Well, don't you run their reports? I have no idea what any of y'all names are. Y'all are numbers on a sheet of paper to me. I
Hmm.
don't know.
I don't want no parts of this drama, this back
I
talk,
don't
this
know who does
bickering.
good, who does bad. I, I have no idea. There's like our names aren't on there.
Nope,
No,
just numbers. Just
that's not
numbers.
how this report goes at all. I was like, even if they put your names on here, I don't know none of y'all. I don't-
Like the job description for me is not to learn your names, memorize the names on the papers of the reports that are coming
like it's
across my
200 some
face.
of y'all. It's one of me.
Damn.
But you didn't learn anybody's name? No. What about the supervisor that you report to?
No.
No. Like, no. I don't know. I don't even like when I have to talk to y'all. No, I don't. I think
I
all of
don't
y'all got
do it
worms. What's
because I get paid to do it.
right? I'm like, to me, all of y'all got worms. No, go away. Don't come back over here. And it didn't make it any better that when I told them they were messing with me, my
As in
parents.
certain people have had worms since she was a kid.
Yeah, but my parents, and yes, I was very much an adult. I was in my 20s. I had graduated from college. Okay, let's put that. My parents, not one, both of them, would pick me up from work, and they would pull right out in front where everybody could see them.
Oh, okay.
My supervisor's name is Hay. Right. Kenny who said, "Ma'am, I've been dewormed for a long time now." But yeah, and somebody asked me one time, like, are those your parents that pick you up? Yes. You're not embarrassed? No. Why do they pick you up? So y'all will leave me alone. My mama will cuss you out real good. She cussed real good. Leave me alone. She will. I'm not ashamed. No, you told your parent. Yes, I told them that y'all keep talking to me. Yes, I'm real close to having them write a note to all of y'all to leave me alone. She's like, you wouldn't do that. Are you serious? My granny wrote a note for my mama at her job. We're those type of people. We will.
Most
No,
definitely do it.
are you embarrassed your parents are coming to pick you up? No. Do you know how much money I saved on car repairs, car notes, and gas?
Right.
I was like, I'm so sorry your parents don't love you. Mine came to pick me up.
Mm-hmm.
Now the caveat was on Fridays I had to go to my brother's basketball games, but I got free dinner out of it, so
That was worth
whatever.
it. That was worth it.
With
That
when
was
women
definitely
have
worth it. Free
yeah,
dinner,
yeah.
little entertainment with the basketball game. That's not bad.
Right, Candy Poo, go ahead and make fun of me, the passenger princess. Right. I'm like, I would look at the and the thing about it is the parking garage. I parked in that parking garage once. That parking garage was the most illogical parking garage I've ever seen in my life. Ever. One way out, but 50 million ways to get in. The
Oh
people
no.
coming in have the right of way. So if you, depending on the shift that you work, you could be stuck on one level for quite a while.
Just waiting for all the cars to come in.
Right. And it started off with a very limited amount of parking spots when you came in, and then they added them as you went up. But you could go all the way up to the top and it'd be empty. And then, but you have to go all the way to the top to be able to get to the outside parking as well. It was stupid.
Yeah, that sounds stupid. It sounds chaotic.
You could easily use a good chunk of your gas just trying to maneuver the parking garage. No, I'm not doing that. And because I got there before everybody else, a lot of times it would be dark. Nope. So in the morning, my parents dropped me off. In the evening, they picked me up. Sometimes my granny would drop me off in the morning. I rather like when my granny dropped me off in the morning because I got donuts.
Oh, donuts. Score.
And I
That's a
found out
win.
she was giving she was giving me donuts so I would have a sugar rush so I would annoy the people.
I said she was helping. She was helping with the donuts. She was making work a better place. She was planning ahead for you. That's awesome.
Right, Katie Poo, the breakfast of champions. Yeah, so yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
I love a good donut. You can't go wrong with the donut.
so do
Should
I.
I be eating them now? No. Will I?
No.
Yeah.
Yes. I want a donut now. Sorry, twin. Sorry. My bad. You know what? I might no. I don't do I have all that? I might check. We might tomorrow make some air fryer donut holes. I gotta make sure I got all the ingredients first.
Those sound
I'm
good.
before you go, Taz, why can't we make the whole donut in the air fryer? Because I'm not always good at making the whole donut in the air fryer. But I am good at making the donut whole on the air
There you go.
fryer. Because once you get the donut shaped, depending on the size of your air fryer, who wants to make one donut at a time or two donuts at a time?
Exactly.
You put a whole bunch of donut holes in there. You can have a bowl of them when you're done. I told my husband I'm going to be living off junk food. You know what? Yeah. What? Hold on. A what? Montana man killed 8 relatives, including 4 kids, at Sunday dinner. What the heck? You know what?
That's a
Y'all
wild Sunday
can just
dinner.
get divorced.
Damn.
Y'all
Gotta take
just
the whole family out too?
and as such, first of all, if you kill me at dinner, I'm haunting you.
Forever. At your dinner.
Like if you got plans on killing me, don't have me spend all day cooking. Don't do me like the jobs do. Don't fire me at the end of the day. You better double tap me at the beginning.
Uh-huh.
I'm in there baking and
Call me
seasoning
at
and
home.
marinating stuff, and then you're not even gonna let me get a bite. Oh no. Mm-mm. I'm gonna haunt you, your mama, your best friend, your boss that I know you was hunching on. Everybody getting it. I'm doing a world tour. I will haunt your best friend from second grade
Yep.
just because. I'm sorry, but you got to take one for the team because this some but no, no. Just like don't kill me right before my birthday either. That breaks my heart. Sheep stealer mode, right, Candy Poo? When you see somebody like, oh well, he killed her 12 hours before her birthday.
Good. Let me get the next one.
I look, don't, nope, nope, nope. My death day and my birthday better not. They better not be close. They better not. You ain't gonna be able to bury me. Nope. I'm gonna be fighting rigor mortis. You ain't gonna be able to close a casket. You hear me? Like they took her organs out. How does she keep sitting up? I don't know. Yeah.
Taz is haunting everybody.
Annabelle doll. Nope. Uh, Everything pink will be haunted. Just floating around. Ooh. Wait a
That no
minute.
call, no show leg's gonna show up for the win. That's funny.
It'll be me. It's gonna be rude. It'll be like, ooh, yeah. Right. I'm wearing pink pants. I look. Sorry, Candy Poo. They gonna be your pants just gonna be dancing like on Beetlejuice, like He said, I guess he forgot to get a gift. So the whole family. Oh my word. Well, that takes us to the end of today's show. As always, thank you, thank you, thank you, just for popping through.
Oh, it's always fun to be here. I love it, and it's good to see everyone.
And for those listening in over the radio airwaves at GCPR.live or through our Android or iOS app, thank you for tuning in. And for everyone else listening and watching from all around the social media sphere, thank you for tuning in. And once again, be sure to pay your respects and respect the privacy of the Parton family. For our much loved, will be forever eternally missed, Dolly Parton. As always, each one teach one, each one reach one. Till next time, y'all.
Bye.
Turn the dial up, let the static fade away. We're building up the future, tracking every single day. Start the morning right, let the rhythm start to breathe. With the sound of coffee pouring, giving just what you need. From the sunrise spark to the late night glow, there's a space for your story and a steady undertow. When the sun goes down and the shadows start to lean, we close it all out with conversations with Jonathan. This is GCPR Radio, loud and clear, where every single voice matters, far and near. Yeah, we lock it in, connect the track, GCPR. Got your back, download the app on your phone today. iOS or Android, we're a click away. And the weekend hits, yeah, the energy shifts. Sundays bring the heat with a couple of gifts. The Kennedy effect gives us the hard-hitting news, breaking down the facts, clearing out the blues. Then Wayne Green gamblers step right into the zone, rule them their position on the microphone, telling you what to watch, what's a hit, what's a miss. Then it's the villain's view for their random commentary bliss. This is GCPR Radio, loud and clear, where every single voice matters.